friends, my name is Hamid. Today I am working on this Mirage Pro. It's a single cooktop, it's induction cooktop. Today I will replace this potentiometer or the controller on it and show you how to do this. So if you look at this unit, if you're turning it, first of all it's worn out from the bottom, and the second, even if you're turning this, nothing works. So I'm going to show you how to replace this. First of all, I'm going to show you the part number here. The part number is VOL250521-1, and this is the part number of this potentiometer. The cooktop, the way it looks, I'll unplug it first just to make sure I'm on the safe side, and I'm also gonna show you the model number on this unit. It's 59510P. That's the model number. This cooktop is 120 volts. So in order to replace this part, it comes with a new knob I'm going to show you. This is the controller and this is the new knob. The new knob is going to look a little bit different and it works exactly the same. So we're going to remove all of these screws. They're all Phillips screws. You need a Phillips drill bit that looks like this. Once you remove all the corner screws, you can actually hold it from the leg and lift it up like this. The way it lifts up. Once all the screws are out, you kind of lift it up like this and pull it out a little bit. So the glass is staying in place here, and this is the whole module. You can flip it on its side. This is the part we are going to replace here. So I'm going to actually show you how it looks. This is the part we're going to replace. In order to replace it, we're going to have to open the bottom. This is the lower part, which is the ring. You can use a needle nose plier to open it, or a crescent wrench. You kind of have to open it slowly. You have to turn this ring, turn it around. This nut is going to fall down. I pulled it out, and now you can push this to the back, see? And this is the part here, the way it looks. It also has a gasket. This tiny gasket you are going to remove. Sometime the new part comes with this gasket, sometimes you don't have it. If you don't have it, you can remove the old one and install it here. This part, this connector part, to remove it, at the back there is a silicone at the back of this. So I got this out easily, but if you look at the back of it, usually there's a little bit of silicone. You may want to use a screwdriver from the back to scratch it off. And if you see that discoloration, sometimes we have a little bit of silicone here. So you remove that with a flat screwdriver, and then this part comes out. And then to get your new part installed, you add this insulation here, just like that. Have to kind of push it in until you see that tiny part is getting attached to this gasket tightly, and then you can reinstall it the same way. You see this tiny part, this one, it gets inserted here, so there's no way that you will install this in a wrong position. And then kind of hold it, I would say plug it in first, make sure it's plugged in good, and then after that reposition your part. Okay, I'm gonna flip it again. So you kind of have to hold it from other side, hold it tight, make sure this lines up, and then add your nut back in. And then you kind of have to retighten it with your hand. You really don't have to use any kind of crescent wrench or needle nose plier or nothing. Just if you got a strong hand, hands, just retighten it. If not, then you may want to use a plier. Just retighten it a little bit, and then you're good to go. And now I'm going to reinstall it back in. The reason I didn't want to flip this around, because I do not want to damage anything here. So it's always safe to keep it on the side like that while you're working on it here. And now I can reinstall it back in. To reinstall it, you want to install this side first. It gets tucked underneath, and then you line up your screws and add your screws back in. Please do not forget to add these plates back in at the bottom of the screw. Kind of goes like this. You also have to line up these stoppers or plates in a straight position like this. So you may want to work on it like zigzag. You did one side and then do the other side. But remember, this tiny plate, this has to stay in this position. You do not want to install it in a position like this. Sometimes you can install it in a little bit wrong position, but if it's in a straight position, then it's much better. After you add all your screws back in, you can flip it back and then reposition this controller like this. You see it has a D shape. Also on the knob, you want to reposition it straight and then add your knob back in. Push on it. It's good now, and I'm going to plug it in. So you can turn it on. It's asking to put a pan on here. I got a pan with a slice of cucumber. Now I'm going to turn it on now. I think it goes max 100. Okay, it's working. So the cooktop is running perfectly fine now. The only difference is the knob. You have this old-fashioned looking knob. Now we got a little bit nicer and fancier knob here. Everything seems okay. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos and share it with others. You can also follow me on Facebook. It's called Hamid Appliances Repair, and on TikTok, Hamid Appliances Repair. Thank you.